about Hajia4Real, like, people are saying that, oh, she was saying that, so she's a hardworking girl, and now we found out that she scammed somebody $2 million. And there are a lot of people in my comments saying they hope to catch all girls that are doing that. Like, if we want to be real with each other, there's fraud in every sector, like, of the economy, in schools, in hospitals, in governments, in churches, everywhere. There are con artists and there are fraudsters. Do you understand? And sometimes people do things because that is the opportunity they have. That is the best opportunity they have. I remember back in Legon. I was in Legon to do biological sciences in 2008, and it's medical or suicide. So you do your level 100 and you hope to get a high GPA. And I think I had 3.5, 3.6. I don't really remember. It's a long time. And I couldn't get into medical school. So I was really like, I forced 3.56. It'll be small. And then let's say my only option is to pay for do fee paying. And I'm saying I'm gonna pay like me and they saying I'm gonna pay fee paying or Ghana no. But they call Ukraine. So we were like, family, like, oh, everybody supported us. I even got my visa to Ukraine. Then something just happened to daddy, and then it's like, okay, I can't fulfill my Ukraine dream. But like months before, I had this friend who was like, oh, he has this business proposition for me that, I traffic drugs to the US and I'm gonna make money like as much as 50,000, 100,000, depending on the quantity I can carry. So I said no, and I was even trying to convince him to stop because I had high moral values at that time. But I don't know, shit happened. My boyfriend broke up with me. My auntie passed away, and I think at that point in time too, the bipolar was surfacing itself, and I didn't really know. So I was so depressed, and I just wanted to get away. That weekend, everybody was going for report hall week. It was like 5th March. I left Ghana 5th March, and I took this. I was so naive and stupid. I didn't even take money before going. Like, I didn't take any money. Like, I went, and then Ghana, I sailed through the US. I got caught, and I couldn't get my money, and I couldn't go to Ukraine, and I had to be there for 18 months. When I came back, all my mates had were done, so that's when I applied to UCC. So sometimes before the judge trafficking case, there were people that were working with scholarship secretariats and stuff, and these men that have been put in place wanted to do stuff for me before, and I'm like, I'm gonna over that I'm gonna traffic the stuff and make my own money. Yes, I say so that didn't work out, and I really wanted to do medicine so bad. I didn't even think about the other options that I should complete my biological sciences and then do the graduate medicine. I didn't even think about that. Sometimes when we don't have people to counsel us, or when we don't look at all our available options, we become we become desperate. We feel there's no hope. So when you're in a tight corner, try and talk to people so that you see the other options available. So those I really don't know the options Hajia4Real was presented in life, but a lot of people said she was not so great in school, academically. So maybe she thought, okay, school is not gonna do for me, so let me just hustle. And probably the people that were around her were fraudsters and scammers, so that's what she knows. people that maybe have made it through school are doctors, lawyers. Sometimes it's the people that you happen to meet, and sometimes you meet good people. Sometimes you meet bad people, and you still do it. Like a lot of people have to sleep around to make it through medical school, law school, and all that. I have like a personal experience when it comes to trying to enter into law school. Sometimes the men are weak, but we really need mentors. We need men that will encourage us without getting into our panties, because it really breaks us down. I remember one time I needed support from a minister. He says, all you have to offer me is your vagina. So some of us, it gets to a stage, we go like, okay, then we're really going to do sex for money or sex for opportunities, because you feel that's your only option. Do you get it? And then sometimes it's like you hate yourself for doing that. So really be critical. Really dig deep before you criticize Hajia4Real. She's made a mistake. I hope she learns from it. And it's even a mistake because it's illegal. Do you understand? Apart from that, it's just like she was a great negotiator, she was a great entrepreneur, and like she made her money. Sometimes men want your time, they want your affection, and they don't give anything back. Do you get it? So if you're a sweet talker, like a lot of pastors, a lot of teachers, a lot of government officials, they are all sweet talkers. Your wife is a sweet talker and your wife can milk you, or sometimes your husband can milk you. We are all fraudsters or con artists to some point. So don't be quick to judge. And Hajia4Real, wherever you are, I set your name on the FBOP website. That's Federal Bureau of Prisons. Their website. I didn't really find you there. Probably you're still in detention, so you're not in the system yet. But American prisons are great. You can go to school, you can improve yourself. Just look for opportunities. Maybe like spend all your time in the library and come out as a lawyer. Kim K is a lawyer. Just push hard. Don't let anything bring you down. I'm up for reformation all the time. Like I really sometimes it's difficult, but I really don't judge, because I came from like a very humble Christian background, but the choices I have made, sometimes I wonder why, but it's like, temptations, we don't always overcome them. So I'm not quick to judge. I allow people to be reformed if they want to. Sometimes it's going to take a while. There are a lot of people that advise me. There are a lot of people that, encourage me, but sometimes it's hard to believe in yourself. It takes a lot to rebuild your self-esteem. Do you understand? So girls out there, boys out there, men out there, women out there, don't be quick to judge, and love your neighbor as yourself, and let's all go for a better future for ourselves. Do you get it? I will be all crampo no. Why not you say or the cooking baby? You be to me that no now see you will cook when there are a lot of wrong people that have been wrongfully present and stuff like that, people that are wrongfully suffering, the way let's say the 5%, or people that are in power like can abuse people. Sometimes you don't do anything bad, but like you fall into bad situations. So let's hope we always stay in good situations. When we fall in bad situations, we'll be able to rise up. Hajia4Real, you're a survivor. Girl, you are always on fire. And you're a child of God. Bless up.